Martha Ann Hammond was 3 months old when she arrived with her family from England in 1859 aboard the cutter Ellen Austin. She might have even been born during the voyage. It is reported that steerage conditions on such sailing vessels are sometimes horrific, but they all survived the journey. In 1860, they are in Racine, but the 1870 census shows her in Burlington in Racine County with her parents Christopher and Dorothy Hammond and her siblings Ellen, George, Elizabeth, and Mary. Anyway, in 1877, Martha Hammond is 18 years old when she marries our widower, John F. Horner, who is 45, 27 years her senior. At that point, she becomes stepmother to Susanna, who's about to get married herself, John Jr., and Alfred, who are all her age or older. But the marriage to John endures and produces 5 more children. We will also learn a little about Martha and her children after the death of John and conclude that she is one very strong woman. It is the year after Custer makes his last stand on the faraway Little Bighorn. In 1877, Rutherford B. Hayes is president, and John's eldest daughter, Susan, who is 4 years older than her stepmother, marries Fred Gunther. In the years to follow, Fred and their son Royal serve as chiefs of the Gunther Company, a maker of sauerkraut. In the 1920s and 30s, Howard Horner is selling some of his cabbage crop to the Gunthers. Did Howard know the mother of the head of the company was his second cousin? If he did, I never heard mention of it. In 1880, the Wind Point Lighthouse was constructed. The tower rises 112 feet above the lake. It is said to be the oldest and tallest lighthouse still standing on the Great Lakes, and it is some kind of heritage site, still maintained as the village hall for Wind Point, just north of the city of Racine. In the census report of 1880, we really begin to pick up details of the lives of our Horner ancestors. The families are next-door neighbors on 9th Street in houses I believe they have purchased. Richard lives at 1212, John at 1220. We learn that John's Alfred, cousin of Alfred from whose line we descend, has taken up the family trade of file cutter. Our Alfred, on the other hand, has gone a different direction. The census taker is told that Alfred is a basket maker. Did the father of Richard, seeing the handwriting on the wall about the coming obsolescence of the file cutter trade, steer Alfred into a different trade? Of all the children of both John and Richard, only John's Alfred continues as a file cutter. The family's association with the business is nearing an end. New machines are about to make hand-cut files obsolete. John's other adult son, John Jr., has also become a basket maker. Of the 5 adult males in the 2 families in 1880, 3 practiced the family trade of file cutter. The other 2 males are going a different direction. They become basket makers. And if, like me, you thought, what a strange choice of endeavor, you and I have another thing coming. Turns out that in 1880, thousands of Americans were making baskets to meet the demand. So many baskets were being made that willow was being imported from Europe due to a shortage of suitable willow sources in the U.S. Just west of Racine was and is the Willow Road. Why do you think it was named that? The cousins go to work for Racine Basket Manufacturing Company. Men with prominent names in the history of Racine are principals in the company.